change for you to agree to a second debate? Would you want different rules? Would you want a different format?
Well, you know, when you don't win, it's like a fighter. When a fighter has a bad fight, gets knocked out, or loses the fight, the first thing he says is, we want a rematch. So we won the debate according to every poll, every single poll. I think that, are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. But we'll think about it.
Would you still do the one on NBC on September 25th? You proposed that. Are you still committed to that?
I would do NBC. I'd do Fox too.
Oh, so that was Wednesday, and Donald Trump, at that point, he's less than 24 hours out from being absolutely destroyed in epic fashion by Kamala Harris. Wednesday, he's saying, okay, NBC, yeah, sure. Fox News, yeah, sure. So he's starting to talk about like, you know, Harris only wants another one because she lost or whatever, but sure, I'd maybe be down for 2 additional debates, okay? He talked to Sean Hannity and had said, if you won the debate, I sort of think maybe I shouldn't do it. Why should I do another debate? So depending on who he's talking to, there's a little bit of mixed messaging about whether he would do another. But then he gave a speech just yesterday in Arizona, and the topic of a possible follow-up debate came up, and this seemed a little bit more definitive.
And that's what she said, I want a rematch. Polls clearly show that I won the debate against Comrade Kamala Harris. I had a debate with crooked Joe Biden, right? And I had another debate with her. She and crooked Joe have destroyed our country with millions of criminals and mentally deranged people pouring into the USA, totally unchecked, unvetted, and with inflation bankrupting our middle class, it has gotten bad. Everyone knows this, and all of the other problems caused by Kamala and Joe. It was discussed in great detail during the first debate with Joe and the second debate with Comrade Harris. She was a no-show at the Fox debate. You know, Fox invited her. She was a no-show. I sat with the great Sean Hannity. Does anybody know Sean Hannity? Kamala should focus on what she should have done during the last almost 4-year period. She kept complaining, well, you know, when I'm in, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And at the end of the debate, I said, why don't you just do it? You could leave right now. Why don't you do it? So because we've done 2 debates and because they were successful, there will be no third debate.
There's a lot in that video, I think, to enjoy. There's a guy who is claiming to have won all of these debates, saying, no more, I'm not doing anymore. And the crowd of people that love him and think that he wins debates when he does them, cheer. Why are they cheering? Why don't they want him to win a 3rd debate and a 4th debate? I mean, he's such a good debater, right, MAGA crowd? So that's a little bit weird. I also love him consoling himself in the week of his loss by repeatedly mispronouncing her name, as if that's going to improve his standing in the polls or something. And so a lot of that is weird. Now you should bear in mind, after he actually won the first debate against Joe Biden, he had a poor performance himself, but he beat Joe Biden because Joe Biden was barely there. He called at a rally for another debate against Joe Biden to finish him off. He was so enthusiastic and pumped up by the fact that he'd actually won that he wanted another debate. Now, if you're calling for debate, it means that you lost. I don't know who to trust. I mean, I know that it's not him, but anyway, I'll give him a little bit of credit. I've been critical of him saying the lines about, you know, the country's being flooded by, you know, deranged, mentally deranged people who are unchecked and unvetted. And I think that it's still largely exaggerated, but at least one of them has been popping up on his private jet. So there's something to what he's saying. But anyway, it really doesn't look like we're gonna have one. He posted on True Social, there will be no 3rd debate. I mean, this guy, he got beat.
When a prize fighter.
He got beat so bad that he's just done with debates. But it could still happen. This could be negotiating, or he could end up, we're gonna talk about the polls later, he could be down in the polls so much that like he just has to swing, you know, for the fences or whatever with a debate. But as of right now, it looks like he doesn't want to try again.
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it.
Yeah, well, except for the fact that don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. And
So especially on debates, he's constantly like, I'm doing it. And so, and I'm doing it with a Fox host, but not the other Fox host. I'm not doing it at all, but I'm doing it. So, by the way, since he put out the statement that you just saw there, that he's not doing it, he has wavered and said he might. But of course, this is in his ridiculous mind, this is him negotiating publicly. And if you remember how the last negotiation went, he said, you know what? I'm not doing the debate on ABC. It's got to be on Fox here. I'm not doing it. And he thought he could bully Kamala Harris. She's like, nope, ABC. We said ABC. I'm sticking with ABC. If you want, show up. If not, that's up to you. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, no, not going to. Okay, fine, I'll come. Oops. Apparently, you suck at the art of the deal. Of course, a book he didn't write, his ghostwriter did, and his ghostwriter now hates him and thinks he's a danger to the country and the world. And he won the debate according to all the polls. First of all, every poll shows 2-1 victory for Kamala Harris, and that one is so obvious. It's MAGA guys go, no, they are eating cats and dogs. They are executing babies. I loved it. I thought he did great. Okay, so he got slaughtered. And guys, same polls had Trump winning 2-1 against Biden in the debate before. So what, did they rig the polls halfway through? And why did they rig them in favor of Donald Trump before? None of it makes any sense. But the reason I brought it up is, he said one of the polls had me winning 92-8. Yeah, all the Democrats too. They're like, no, maybe they are executing babies and then eating their cats. So that's it, we're all voting for Trump. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I think he's already pivoting to chaos. I mean, he's been at chaos levels, but I think he's pivoting to, look, he's not going to get himself up, dust himself off and say, okay, I did poorly. Even all these right-wingers online are, with different varying size podcasts are saying that I didn't do so well. Maybe I should dust myself off and have a rematch and actually come up with a plan and actually find out what tariffs mean. That'd be cool. Then I could explain them. But no, he's now pivoting to just chaos. To probably, I mean, we're within 54 days of the election or something. Like, he is now pivoting to election result denialism, very important for the MAGA movement. Voter suppression, also very important for the MAGA movement. And then inspiring violence if and when he loses. Yeah. So that's, I mean, because there's other things to do, guys, other than campaign and actually try to provide any sort of plan for the American people. Or maybe he's working on his concepts, lots of concepts of a plan. See, conceptually, concepts are quite a difficult concept. So it takes a while to first conceptualize it. So that's it. This is him throwing in the towel and going, from here on out, it's just them cheating and us, hey, get your guns. We're going to see more and more violent rhetoric, I think, from MAGA folks.
I saw a video of a helicopter, military helicopter getting ready for potential riots in DC. So things are getting real. But by the way, he was leading like a minute ago and he got to 50-50 and he panicked and he went into a giant spiral. He had no reason to go into a spiral. The Democrats have to win the popular vote by about 5 points. So as we're about to tell you, Kamala Harris has just got there. Yeah. But why is he spiraling when he was tied or winning? He's such a dum-dum. If he hadn't done the spiral, he might have won this thing. Obviously, we still have a lot of time to go, but right now, not because of Kamala Harris, but because of how insane Donald Trump is, he's now finally losing.
Yeah, and I just want to remind everyone, regardless of what happens with that, we do have in like 2.5 weeks, we'll see whether we'll be covering it, but the vice presidential debate is going to happen, and that should be a little bit more even. I mean, Tim Walz is great, but obviously JD Vance, disagree with him on the policy, but you can't deny the dude's got charisma. And so that one's going to be a little bit more even.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Also, really, can I just say, and this, like, how I was like giving Laura Loomer advice, right wingers, turn off your screen. I don't want you to hear this, especially Trump. He should do another debate because how could he help but do better than in the last one? Like, now you know for sure, and I know you were already told, but you know for sure she's going to try to trigger you, so you should be at least a little bit better prepared to not be triggered. And you definitely cannot scream about them eating dogs, right? I mean, you can stop yourself from saying that. I mean, literally, you just do that, and the narrative, by definition, has to be he improved since the last one.
What's so funny though, John, is that he was restrained during the debate. You guys, you have to understand, that was Donald Trump restrained. Because he still withheld calling her nasty, talking about like saying this woman, doing any sort of misogynistic. He said, well, I read she was black. He did that, but he very much tried to not keep it personal. You think he's gonna survive another 90 minutes without a personal attack? I don't think so.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.